holidays, everybody. This is Kohdok here, and I've got a 2017 preview for you guys featuring some toys from a reboot of a series that almost wasn't. It started in the 1980s when...
I think he's talking about Voltron.
Yes, I'm talking about Voltron. So earlier this year, Dreamworks Animation released the series Voltron Legendary Defender, a reboot of the series Voltron Defender of the Universe as a Netflix original series that's about to start its second season. Voltron started its life as the series Beast King Go Lion, a toy series made in 1981 where 5 brave pilots and a princess fought against the Galra Empire and their amazing lion robots. These 5 robots can also combine together into a super robot form. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know this by now, but it turns out that Go Lion was picked up in America by accident. A company called World Events Productions was looking to option some mecha shows from Japan soon afterwards and opted to take a look at 3 shows: Daltanius, Albegas, and Armored Fleet Die Ruger 15. However, they were shown Go Lion instead of Daltanius by mistake. But they liked the show enough anyway that they picked it up and we got Voltron Defender of the Universe.
Voltron, Defenders of the Universe.
Now, being an adaptation from the 1980s, Voltron came to us heavily sanitized, with many of the more violent or confusing moments taken out. Some character death was averted, and others replaced altogether. The Galra were changed to the Drool, and the Lion pilots given more European names. Now, I actually really don't have an issue with this sort of adaptation for importing a show from another country. Just like there are good dubs and bad dubs, there are good adaptations and bad adaptations. As for Voltrons, well...
Vultures may not be very attractive, but they gave us a hand and we should be grateful.
I'll always think they're beautiful.
It's kind of like Flash Gordon. It's really corny, but you just can't help but smile when you watch it, and you get a good feeling whenever that synthetic voice says,
Voltron, Defenders of the Universe.
The show was introduced by Optimus Prime to boot.
Voltron was needed once more.
Voltron turned into a smash success, and its influence has reached a great deal, its famous transformation sequence being the subject of numerous jokes and parodies.
Form feet and legs. Form arms and torso. And I'll form the head. I'm the head. I'm Bob Dole's head.
Now, I wasn't a die-hard fan of the series. I mean, I owned one of the little Voltron combiners I bought on clearance, and it did kind of give me my first dose of cynicism when I realized that whenever they would form Blazing Sword, it meant the episode was basically over. Now, in 1998, there was an attempt at reviving Voltron in the form of the totally not Beast Wars-inspired Voltron the Third Dimension, a CG show that I remember not liking very much. I mean, the CG wasn't that good, and there were weird things with multiple versions of the lions and Stealth Voltron, I don't know. Now, was there another one? Oh yeah, there was that series in 2011, Voltron Force! Wow, that has got to be the fastest that I've realized that something is total garbage. I mean, the terrible rap song, the really goofy, soft lions that don't look mechanical at all, those expressions. That was all I needed to see to convince me that this series is nothing but a pandering product of misguided mass appeal. I mean, who knows, it might be great, but the opening has convinced me that it is the worst thing ever, so I am not even going to bother. Now, as for this new series, I always thought of the term Netflix original as being short for not good enough for television. I mean, not even Lewa and Umarak could save the Bionicle series, and look at what they did to Pretty Cure. Oh my gosh! But I have to admit that the promotional art for this series really caught my attention, so let's take a look at Voltron Legendary Defender. The series takes place in the distant future where 3 rookie pilots who go by the names Lance, Pidge, and Hunk, along with a dropout named Keith, encounter a man named Shiro, an astronaut thought lost when the mission to Pluto he was on met with disaster. It turns out that Shiro had spent the better part of said year as a prisoner of the vicious Galran Empire, a galaxy-conquering alien race that has their sights set on gathering the scattered pieces of Voltron, the only thing powerful enough to stop them. And the Blue Lion, it turns out, is on Earth. The 5 manage to escape in the Blue Line and wind up at the castle of Princess Allura. Under the leadership of Shiro, the others must find the other 4 lions and combine into Voltron if they want to have any hope of stopping the Galloran Empire, its leader Zarkon, and their new weapon, the Komar Experiment. The series is actually really good. A lot of the elements were shuffled around from the original, with the characters finally being put into the lions whose suit color they match. That always bugged me in the original. Why is the red-suited guy in the black lion and the black-suited guy in the blue lion? As well as several elements from the original Go Lion, changing the Drool back into the Galra and changing Sven's name back into his Japanese Shiro. And the lions look incredible! Each one has a unique design and they have that really heavy mechanical feel. They look mecha! And Voltron is actually used really sparingly. It's actually a lot harder to form Voltron in the series, but that just makes every appearance all the more special. No more Form Blazing Sword episode ending. This has the added benefit of giving the individual lions a lot more screen time, and our rookie pilots are finding new abilities for their lions even as late as the Season 1 finale. And there's a lot of elements where I really want to see how things play out, like how Shiro's memories of his time in confinement are really muddled, amongst other secrets. Now this Voltron took a page from Final Fantasy VIII's book and made it so that the Castle of the Lions is actually a starship. This kind of allows it to have that fun outer space appeal of Outlaw Star. Now there's a crossover I can get behind. If I had any complaints, it's probably the redesign of Princess Allura and Koran. I mean, how do you make an alien? Oh, just take a human and give them pointy ears. Nobody's done that before! But to be fair, there are plenty of interesting and clever alien designs, so that's more of a nitpick than anything. So yeah, Voltron Legendary Defender is definitely worth a watch, even if they do rely a bit too much on meta humor in the first couple of episodes. Don't worry, they get over it. Find it on Netflix or bum it from a friend. And of course there are the toys. Now, like most series, there are of course your typical action figures and roleplay gear, but I know what you guys are here to see. You guys are here to see the huge lions that combine into the super ultra 16-inch Voltron. Now, I was only able to get 2 of the lions. The black lion, the largest one, and the green lion, one of the smallest ones, but that'll be enough for me to show you how everything works. Starting with the green lion, and I have to say that all of these lions look great. They're very colorful and detailed, and they have some decent articulation. The green lion can turn its head, it's got a spring-loaded jaw, its front legs can turn at the shoulder, the elbow, and the ankle, with the same sort of articulation going on for the rear legs. It also bends and twists at the waist with the little ratchet system that adds a little extra flexibility to it. Now, one thing I really like about these small lions is that they actually come with a lot of really cool accessories. Like the green lion, along with this shield that comes on the top here, comes with a couple of other accessories. It comes with half of the Form Blazing Sword, the other half belonging to the red lion, which can actually be held inside of its spring-loaded jaw like that. Actually works, fits pretty snugly, really cool. And it also comes with the Vine Cannon. Now the Vine Cannon is something that we haven't really seen in the show yet. In this form, it's just kind of a basic plastic projectile launcher, but I imagine on the show, if it's anything like how the previous Special Lion weapons have worked, it's probably going to shoot a grappling hook like Pidge is. It also comes with a little speeder that actually stows inside of the chest of the lion. The black lion is the core component of the legendary Voltron. Like the green lion, the black lion is articulated at the joints on its legs with the addition of some superbly articulated wings and a bit of neck movement. It also has a speeder that stows up in the chest. But by far, the most impressive element of the black lion is the electronic features. On the side of the lion is a button that causes the lion to make some random sounds and lights.
Voltron is the only thing that can stop Zarkon.
And of course there's the combination gimmick. In the original Voltron toys, you had to remove the limbs from the lions to give them the robotic look, but in this case they've made something more clever. The green lion's front limbs actually stow in the back in a sort of ingenious way. The black lion is a bit more complex, straightening the rear legs and tucking the front legs into the shoulders. A little work on the head reveals Voltron. But probably one of the coolest things is that the black lion can tell when another lion has been attached to it.
Green lion! All systems go!
Pretty neat, huh? Its body is actually covered with little triggers that can tell when a lion has been attached. Now, unfortunately, this is about as far as my review can go for now. The black lion is $30, and each of the other 4 lions are $18 each, so you're going to be dropping a clean $100 on building a full Voltron. But you get what you pay for. It may not have the best articulation, but just the fact that it has knee and elbow articulation pushes it far beyond a lot of other toys that are out there. That, and I can't help but think that this was made to counter what Bandai's been doing with how they release like this super amazing robot in Japan, but then they release like a dumbed down one in America that has like less paint, less articulation, and all of the sound gimmicks removed. I kind of feel like this big Voltron set has been put out to give those fans a sort of catharsis. That, and I feel that these larger ones are aimed more at collectors anyway. I mean, they have the smaller action figures for the kids after all. If I had any problems with it, the lack of the ability to turn the neck or the waist of the main Black Lion, and the fact that the limbs are actually really hard to remove, are a bit of a bummer, but otherwise I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. So hopefully in the future, just like with the show's second season, I'll be able to get the other lions and show off the full Voltron. But until then, this is Kohdok signing off.